Hello. Hello, everybody. It is Larissa. I'm here for your weekly lunch and learn. Let me just get my computer all set. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. We are all organized. I have my chat thread. So if you guys want to message me, feel free. But I'm so incredibly happy and thrilled to be here because every week I am here to help you elevate your mindset, be at your best, and radically expand your life and business. And today we are talking about something that I've had a lot of clients ask me about, and a lot of people in our community touch on, but never say, okay, like Larissa, it's time to do it. And I've had a few more people start to say, please, please, please give me more. So we are talking about relationships. And specifically, I'm going to give you one really key thing that you must do if you want to enrich the relationships in your life. So if you're a successful woman and maybe you've got a lot of blessings, yet you've struggled with some of your relationships in your past, maybe some of these relationships have been in your work life. Some of them might have been in your personal life. Maybe some of them have been with your intimate partners or even some of your friendships. And so if you've ever felt disconnected, maybe you've heard others talk about how amazing their relationships are with others and the time they spend with people. And you go, I totally don't have that same experience, but you would love to have that same level of satisfaction in your life. Then this is for you. And you might have okay relationships, but you know they can just be so much better. So that's what we're talking about today, how to make that happen. And now some of you know me, some of you don't. I'm Larissa McCook, author of Stop Procrastinating Your Life Away, Discover the Secrets to More Time, Money, and Freedom. I'm also a speaker and master results coach and CEO of Abundance Academy, where we work with professional women whose external, outer results tell the world they're successful, but on the inside, they know they are destined for more. So I help them stop holding themselves back and truly go after their dreams so they can radically expand their lives, their businesses, and just create magic in their world. So would love to know where you are coming in from. If you're coming in by replay, type in replay in the chat. And if this is your very first time here, type in first time in the chat so my team and I can welcome you, and I truly appreciate you being here. Now, a number of years ago, I started doing personal breakthrough sessions with clients. So these are one-on-one sessions. It's a series of sessions that we do over the course of 3 to 6 months. 3 months is more typical, but some people need more time, so we go up to as much as 6. And they're very structured. There's a very specific process we follow. And at one point, I had this massive series of clients that just had relationship challenges, one after another, one after another, one after another. And for some, they came because they had relationship challenges. Others, they just discovered that relationships were a major stressor in their lives, and it was affecting whatever it was that they came in for. So some were in toxic relationships. Others were struggling with colleagues at work, and they're like, I'm really great in my family life and with my friends, but then I go to work and I say these things and I sabotage things on projects, and I'm not kind to my team like I should be. Like, I don't have tolerance here. What is going on? Others were going through life transitions, and their relationships dynamics with their kids or with their families, they were shifting, and they weren't shifting in a really constructive way. And they felt like a victim in their own lives. And so I know that everything happens for a reason, because there's no accidents in this world. So I started looking for the lesson or the message I needed to get from this. And when I zoomed out and looked at the common thread that tied them together, I noticed they were all disconnected, or my term I use is dissociated from themselves and their lives in some way. And we studied this concept in training, and we were taught to look for it. So by the book, I knew this was the reality. When I realized it in real person, and I really saw it play out and how strong it actually was, I realized just how true it was. So what was really powerful is that each of them, as they applied the tools and strategies and methodologies that we work through, Their lives started to change. And it's because of one key thing that happened. And that's what I'm going to share with you today. And that's what today is all about, taking simple steps to make a big positive difference in the relationship you have with yourself and with others in your life. So the definition of relationship, this is an opportunity where two or more concepts or people are connected. It's a state of connection or being unified. And when it comes to relationships, it's you with another person. And today I'm going to really talk even more about the relationship with yourself, which I think a lot of people overlook. So, two terms just before we dive into that I want you to be connected to and to be familiar with are associated. This is where you look at the experience through your own eyes. This is where you have high emotions, you feel things, you can connect to things. Like if you're looking at your own hands, if you put your hands up in front of you and just look at the wrinkles in your hands, notice what it's like to touch them and really feel the sensations. That's being associated, that's being present in your life. Dissociated is looking at the world as an outsider. It's almost like a fly on the wall. It's like, oh, I'm right up there behind Larissa on the wall, looking at Larissa, looking at her hand. There's a disconnection, and there is a valuable reason for that. There's definitely times where it's helpful to do that. However, when it comes to relationships and when it comes to connection, that's not where you're going to have the warm, fuzzy feelings. That's a way to remove yourself from feelings. It's a protective mechanism that women tend to use these days, okay? So the fact is we live in a world of disconnection for so many reasons, right? We have these cell phones. They're a major distraction. People are so highly scheduled. We are taught that we need to be so professional, that we need to be so strong, we need to be all things to everyone. And we don't want to let our guard down and have people think we might be weak or don't know something, or heaven forbid, be vulnerable. And we have these guards, these protective mechanisms on, and these all prevent us from being connected to ourselves. They disconnect us from our lives. And I used to see this so often in the movement field. I worked in the world of Pilates for over 10 years. And I would see some clients and they were so connected and they're in their bodies. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I could see that you're connected. You're understanding, you're comprehending what I'm saying to you because your body is responding accordingly. And there were others that physically went through the motions. They moved their hands and they're like, oh yeah, I feel it. And they don't feel it. They feel something, but that's not it. They were just going through the motions of the movement like most people go through the motions of life. And this is so common in high achieving women. The tendency to live life on autopilot. Even this morning, we had a client that's been with us for several years. In our morning client call, she shared at the beginning, I was looking for something. I was just living life on autopilot. And she wasn't even able to identify what she wanted. She said, I kept asking myself, like, what do I want? And then she said, I would mask it. And I thought it was this, but it was really, I was tricking myself because this is what I thought I should want. And it took her a while to really start tuning into who she was, what she truly desired, and admit that for herself. She's really successful in her career. She's an amazing leader. And yet she didn't know how to pay attention to herself because she was just so busy working. And this happens each and every day. You're so busy taking care of everyone else, you forget that you're in the mix, okay? So let me know if this is making sense or if this is landing, because I think this is really important. So often it's such a simple seeming thing, but it can get really complicated because we don't even know where to start. So Albert Einstein said, everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you can't help but get it. This is not philosophy. This is physics. Everything absolutely is energy. And when you keep directing your energy away and you don't replenish it, you get depleted. So when it comes to women improving their relationships with others, I can go through some nice conversations and dialogue. I can give you some scripts. I can give you some tips and guidelines, but I guarantee you none of that is going to work unless you improve your relationship with yourself. I can give you all the relationship books and you could do everything good by the book. But if you're just doing everything good by the book and doing another check mark on the list, it will not work. You must give yourself the time, give yourself the space, give yourself the grace to pay attention to yourself, to truly get to know yourself better than anyone else. I know you're probably wanting more. But until you nail this thing, until you move forward in this thing, you're just going to be on the hamster wheel, going through the motions of life, getting one high, getting another high, doing another peak experience, seeking more and more dopamine hits, never, ever, ever truly being satisfied. And that doesn't feel good. And that's not what I want for you. And so I know you're here because you truly are invested. You're willing to do the work. You want a rich and fulfilling life. And if beautiful relationships that light your soul on fire are something you want to build your relationship with yourself. Create a date time for yourself each and every day. Give yourself that space to truly get to know yourself. So what does that look like? Well, who you are and what you want. Who are you? Like, get to know who am I actually? If you're going to create a persona of yourself, who are you? Not just on the outside, that what people think, but really deep inside. What do you desire? What fuels you? And this has to go beyond shoes and purses, because if you're looking for an external motivator, that's not it. There was one woman that we worked with. This was when I worked at the Pilates studio in the Pilates industry. And she was amazing. She was super skilled, super talented. Yet if other people didn't tell her she was doing a good job, she actually could not acknowledge it herself. She didn't have the neurology to be able to give herself praise and acknowledgement. And she was always looking for external sources and external motivators. And I think a lot of times we fall into that trap, not necessarily knowing what does it mean to do a good job and have the ability to align with that. To what makes you feel good? What is your purpose in life? Your God-given purpose in life? What are your God-given strengths? What are your love languages? How do you love to receive love? How do you love to give love? What are the rainbow of emotions you tend to experience on a daily and weekly basis? And how do you manage your energy and navigate when things move in a different direction than you expect? What are you willing to tolerate and not? How do you choose to show up when things are good? How do you choose to show up when things are not good? You get the picture. These are simple questions that most people have not taken the time to really, truly think about. And so again, this one big secret that I'm going to share with you is you've got to get to know yourself better than anyone else. Seems so simple. You cannot do it on the surface. You've got to go deep. And so when you do that, that is a huge, huge level of responsibility. So when I discovered some of these specific nuances that worked magic with clients, with my breakthrough clients, I started incorporating them into my group programs. And now this is why I'm talking to you, because this is a central part of what I do. This is a central part of my message. And I know it seems simple. It's a basic, but the basics are the basics are the basics in any given area of life. And so I want you to give yourself permission to, I say, go there. It is simple. It is not always easy. And what I want to invite you to, oh my gosh, I have something that I want to share with you. I want to invite you to download a resource. And this is something I wrote over the holidays because I was really sick and tired of seeing women take care of themselves, of seeing women put themselves last, of seeing women not have a step-by-step guide to truly go deep. And this is mine is very well used, the Personal Elevation Playbook. So this is a downloadable resource that is absolutely free. Timeless Truths for Fulfillment, Purpose, and Legacy. And it's designed for women that want more. This is not 3 little tiny tips. This is an actual, like, full workbook. Do you see how much highlighter and how many notes I have? This is an entire book. This is a 41 page book, 41 pages. And we've had such incredible feedback from the people that read it. There were people that read it and thought it was nice. And then there were people that really read it and said, Larissa, this is the best thing you've ever put together. This has changed my life. It was so, so, so incredible and so incredibly powerful. So if this is something you are interested in, my team has put a link in the chat below this video. So my team will put a link in the chat below this video. Download it. It's absolutely free. And if you want to dive deeper and you're like, okay, love the resource, but I want more. I want, Larissa, I want you and your team to walk me through this. I don't want to do it myself. I actually want an expedited process because I don't have an extra decade or 2 on my hands to, figure it out and let spirit talk to me. If you want personalized guidance, then just mention call in the chat and my team will make sure to get a call set up for you so the 2 of us can speak. Okay, so download the playbook, check it out. I think it's great. If it doesn't resonate with you, no worries, that's okay. But we've had tremendous, tremendous feedback and it will make a world of difference. These clients, as soon as they started paying attention to themselves and getting to know themselves better than anyone else, taking ownership over their lives, over themselves, everything started to change. Their relationships got better. They felt better from the inside out. Some of them attracted new money. Some of them attracted new opportunities in terms of jobs and careers and new houses. And just a lot of external things can result when the internal side is actually aligned. And bottom line, you can put your head on your pillow at night with ease, with peace, and with joy. So hope that helps. I am going to sign off today and I will be back again next week with another topic. I hope this has been absolutely helpful. I'll see you again very soon.